Welcome to Road Adventure Photo. Today, I just got done going to a motorcycle shop, and it's definitely not a good motorcycle shop. And I know that, so I shouldn't complain. It's kind of it's actually in an old Kmart, and they years ago they used to be a just a little corner store that was a it was a catalog parts store. Before the internet, you used to have to go in and talk to a guy. And he'd be sitting there with stacks of catalogs, and with his assistance, you'd order your parts you needed. And it was way better, way better than dealerships. But over time, that store sold, and or no, it didn't. I don't know if it changed hands, but the corner store closed, and they bought an old Kmart, and it turned into like a Kmart for motorcycle stuff. And at first, it was kind of cool. They would have a lot of discount prices on things. It worked out. Everybody, everybody kind of knew what to expect in there, and gradually everything degraded, and it got to the point where they had a service department, and I mean the quality of labor work in there just went to nothing. They started focusing on high end three wheelers. Like I was looking at a trike in there that cost $42,000. Kind of reminded you of the old VW trikes. And they've got every brand there is, but it's just I wouldn't buy a motorcycle there. But you know, they got a lot of stuff. I'll give them that. But I wanted to test them today to see if they got any better, and they did not. I went to I went to pay for my stuff, and they've got this huge counter because on the weekends they stay pretty busy for whatever reason. And there's three girls all on their phone. And I stand and I wait and I wait. Nobody even looks up. I'm like, you know what? They don't deserve my money. The little $3 item I had, I'll order it online. I don't care anymore. I try to get stuff at these places, but it never works out well. They seem to not care, which is it's it's kind of funny to me because I'm just thinking there's nobody looking over this that cares. There's no owner involved here or anything like that. That or if there is an owner involved, he's making so much money he don't care any, which may be the point. I don't know. But am I getting old? Probably, because I actually remember a day and time when you could walk in and be friends with them. Not really like not go drink a beer friends, but they were friendly and I was friendly back, and you could talk motorcycles a little bit, have a few laughs. You walk in there now and you got some 20-year-old female on her phone. That's who you're going to be talking to. Uh, yeah, maybe you just get treated differently when you get old, but Maybe they think old men shouldn't be out here on motorcycles. I don't know what the cut age is. I don't know. I don't know what the cutoff age is. Maybe I should hang it up. Quit bothering everybody, you know. But I do hate ordering online. It's, you know, half the stuff you get, you got to return. They give you the wrong thing or whatever. But yeah, the days of supporting a small business, that's gone too. But I suppose technology kind of really took their jobs. I mean, all the people were doing was looking at schematics, figuring out which part and ordering it. I can do that for myself. And that's probably what most people just do nowadays. But service, everything out the window. Like last year, I'd been taking my Goldwing to the same shop that I'd bought motorcycles at since I was 18 years old. Me and the wife were counting up how many motorcycles I bought there. I believe it was 5 or 6. A lot. I bought a lot of motorcycles there. And they returned my Goldwing in horrendous shape. It was unbelievable. One example was they Loctited the bolts on my seat, red Loctite, and they said they fixed that when I took it back, and I haven't had the motivation to look. I need to before I'm out on the road and that seat needs to come off or something. But oh man, I mean, so they did that, and I said, well, here's the deal. That is so bad that I need someone qualified to go check all the work I paid for. I paid for $2,000 worth of work. Okay, we're going to do that. Well, one of the things I had supposedly gotten done was a new battery. And I'm out riding it, battery's dead. I checked the connections, they're loose. Nobody checked the work. So I sent it back in one more time. And then when I got it back, I checked and the battery was still this dirty old battery. I don't believe they changed the battery. Not unless they throw dirt on all the ones in their stock ring. And, you know, I'm going to have to learn to work on motorcycles myself. And I'm thinking of using the YouTube channel to try to figure that out. I don't know if people want to watch another guy try to figure it out. I think usually they want to learn how to do it, not watch somebody else try to figure out how to do it. But what the heck, I might try. It might be entertaining. I might do myself worse than the shop did. Who knows? But what I just gotta remember that, you know, these are expensive toys, really. No matter how much we'd like to think more of them, they're actually just expensive toys. Today was one of those days where you look at the sky and you think, I better not trust it. I'm going to get wet. But then I thought, you know, so what? If you can get the Columbus dry, you got it made. And I got the Columbus dry, and now it just looks like it'll rain. And it was well worth it because going to Columbus makes for a bad day. They could take the three seasons of Ohio and just fucking toss them, you know. And then you got the old State Highway Patrol here doing his deal. They're out trying to make that money. meet them quotas that don't exist. So I walked through the showrooms of this motorcycle dealer, which shall not be named, and I did get to see a lot of new bikes. They carry everything except Harley, and I think out of all of them, I really like the Dark Horse line of Indians. I wouldn't mind having one of those. The new Goldwing, well, not the anniversary Goldwing, that looked phenomenal. I'd take one of those in a minute. I didn't like the color, but I don't know, maybe they got other colors. Those Honda Rebels, what a cool little bike those seem like. I'm probably too old for it though. They're probably not comfortable enough. And oh, what else would I like? Not a fan of the Triumph section. Didn't see anything in the Suzuki or Kawasaki section that really turned my head. Not that they're not good bikes. I'm just saying, you know, new stuff that made me say, wow, that's what I'm talking about. But I think at my age I'll probably stick with used. I've seen some used stuff, but I couldn't believe, like, a new Goldwing, this gonna run you about $600 a month, $30,000. And the other bikes were you know, some of those were 20,000 or more, and they didn't even hold a candle to what the Goldwing can do. I mean, there's no comparison. So the only thing I'm interested in seems to be $600 a month, and that's not good. So I better take care of what I got, I suppose. You know, $600 a month. My minivan's $800 a month, you know. And when I bought this Goldwing, it was not sunshine and rainbows on this motorcycle by any means. So I would hate to spend $30,000 and have the troubles this one gave me. I don't think I could go through all that again. So I'm gonna have to stay on the cheap side. I'm gonna have to cheap out. Old Goldwings are out there, you know, and they run forever. So yeah, there's really, at my age, it doesn't make sense to go buy a new Goldwing. I'd like to find a good mechanic for this one, but it looks like that's me, and I'm not a good mechanic. Yep, $30,000. I'm going to be stuck on that for a long time. How could I make $30,000 real quick to go pay for that? I don't know. There's a will, there's a way. It takes a lot of will to get $30,000. Well, if they gave me a good trade-in price on this, that'd bring it down to 20. I'd have to have at least 10 for this. But I need this to pull my dog, because I don't know if I could really set up one of those new ones to haul my dog. Now I'm new bike thinking. I don't need no new bike. think there would ever be enough money, really, when you think about it. There's always going to be something else come up. And the way things are going in this economy, cheap motorcycling might be the way to go. Go get that Honda. You might plop down $10,000 worth of motorcycle, lose that, and then not long after, here comes the repo man riding away with a big smile on his face, laughing as you're running after him like a kid chasing after an ice cream truck. Yeah, that could be the result of that. Or if you got you an old beater, you know, you might be on the side of the road for a while till the wrecker comes, but you'll survive that. We got cell phones today, you know. Wonder what's going on in downtown Newark. There's the Popo. Sometimes I wonder if that isn't the police station. You can find a cruiser there way more often than you can find one anywhere else. I suppose they got to sit somewhere, you know. It's good to know where they're at if you need them. I'm just saying they're probably there. Not that that's a bad place, but I never seen no drunk drivers come out of there. I've seen them come out of the bars. You never see the police hanging out at the bars. I don't know. Maybe UDF's more important than I think it is. Maybe UDF is actually an undercover operation. Could be covert. You know, there's more to life than ice cream sometimes. So don't be so judgy. You don't know everything. Boy, these restaurants down here smell good. Parking garage is coming along. I heard there's a coffee shop of sorts down here somewhere. I might try that. It might be my day for a coffee shop visit. Never turned his head. He's probably got powers of observation that I do not have. I got to turn my head to go into a roundabout. But you know, just because you're lacking powers don't mean nothing. Well, getting to the coffee shop that way seems futile.